These days, people feel all kinds of repressed. Um, Repression is a serious problem, especially when people don't actually fathom what they truly should be repressed about. I.e., most of the time it's, I'd say for the consensus, at least for the adult consensus, that it's about sexual repression. You're frustrated because you know, are feeling quote unquote sexually repressed. I don't really like talking about other people when I do these rants, but since it's a rant, whatever. Um, I can recall an individual by the name of Lacey Green, a YouTuber, very popular back in the mainstay of the creationist and atheist debate. She was one of the proponents for atheism, um, or at least agnosticism, whatever. The point is that she kind of pulled back from the whole, um, I guess, emphasis being on her atheistic standpoint. And then she started doing what they call, and she may still be doing it. I don't know. I don't subscribe to much on YouTube. Um, so I don't know. She might still be doing what she calls sex therapy or sex philosophy. It's basically her take on sexuality, consciousness, and quote unquote advice. Let's see. There was one. There's one thing that she had mentioned about masturbation and how she doesn't understand how God could make masturbation, evil and wrong. And to prove that God actually does say that, Christ himself said, Yeshua said, he who looks upon a woman in lust has already committed adultery with her in her heart. So much like murder and hate are related, if you have true hate in your heart, unjust hate in your heart, or sometimes even just hate in your heart for a person, you've already committed murder on that person, at least ways in your heart. And in token, it has the same thing to do with adultery. So we proved that she's actually correct in saying that, as far as what Hebrew Christianity believes. And she's wondering, well, how is it that a person can, a God who created us to do this, this procreative function, say that it's evil and wrong to masturbate, She said that clinical studies have proven that, masturbation leads to endorphins rising, making you feel better and healthier, and it's actually a healthy act, right? Okay, well, I take issue with that because masturbation doesn't do that. The orgasm does that, okay? Now, God allowed us to have orgasms, obviously. He created it for procreation, value, and intent, and for love. If you're truly in love with someone, that's one of the rewards, so to speak, albeit on a very low and carnal level, but there are things that people need biologically that necessitate and help the love process forward, but it's mainly for procreation. So what she's I don't know if she doesn't understand, but it's not the masturbation process, it's the orgasm process. You see, God says it's okay to have an orgasm within the realm of marriage, right? And that's what she's not addressing. She's redirecting, again, knowingly or unknowingly, the idea that God is somehow evil, but all she's really doing is putting it on her own field. You see, she's not actually listening to even herself, and that's pretty sad, and I think that has a lot to do with her own sexual repression. But anyway, that was a joke. Sorry, didn't mean it. But the point is that we as a society, we fall upon deaf ears in terms of what's right and what's wrong. And it's only because it's what we're told, it's what we're taught. And if you're taught sexuality 24/7, 9 times out of 10, you're going to feel sexually repressed if you're in this world. And I am directing this to believers of the Most High as well, But again, if the shoe fits, you're going to have to wear it, obviously. If you feel sexually repressed because all you get is sexual ideas and ideologies 24/7, whether in film, theater, music, art, broadcasting, mainstream foolishness, that is on you, because you can easily turn things off and just kind of regress into reality for a moment. All that stuff, it's not reality. I mean, anybody that thinks reality TV is real, well, I don't know. I think you people are intelligent enough to understand that is just a foolish statement in itself. And if you're not, well, pray on it, I guess. But the point of my rant right now is the fact that too many people are repressed about, I think, the wrong things. Case in point, there's a lot of debate going on right now about restrooms. Now, I really don't want to say too much about this because, in all honesty, it's probably one of the most stupidest distractions. One of the most stupidest distractions I have ever in my entire life heard. Yeah, don't run me over, guy. In my entire life heard, and there's been a doozy of many distractions out there. And if you don't think that this is a distraction, well, you truthers, and anyone else willing to look into it further or try to understand, not just truthers. I don't mean to exclusify. Everybody is in this together one way or another. You're lying to yourselves, or you haven't been paying attention. Okay? Now we have the powers that be controlling our media 24/7. Even at its most creative level. In other words, if let's say a movie director or a writer or whatnot, or an artist out there is given freedom to do something, they still have to get through those channels. They still have to get through the three major media outlets of the world. And there's some very, clever creators out there. Case in point, I'll just say the Russo brothers, who directed the Marvel film Captain America's Winter Soldier, and who's also directed the new film coming out, I think, next week, Captain America Civil War. They dropped a lot of truth in there with the whole, paperclip program. That's real. They're talking about reality. The paperclip program was basically, in a nutshell, after we supposedly won World War with Nazis, the Nazis defected. The ones that decided, well, I don't really want to be put in prison or killed, so I'm going to go ahead and just join with the United States.